clock, 3 minutes or sell out on this. Gals, we have never, and I don't think in my lifetime I will ever see another Sleeping Beauty cuff at under $200, much less under $100. You have your choice in precious noble sterling silver of Sleeping Beauty inlay, or we have micro opal inlay from $149, where this is a big customer pick. It is now $99. But we have enough to maybe last the next 2.5 minutes. On the Sleeping Beauty, we are down to $170. On the micro opal inlay, we have $200. And you know what? From mentioning this, we haven't had a presentation. We've sold 460 of these. So Jay, let's start with Sleeping Beauty because it's almost gone.
And show the rough. Okay, and this is the rough that I have. These are Sleeping Beauty nuggets. Okay, this is like literally liquid gold. Liquid gold. Pound for pound, gram for gram, whatever. Right now, this material is more expensive than gold. And you can see this is where I get these. I have to chop up the nuggets, and then I do okay, I'll take this nugget, I'll cut this nugget, and I'll cut as many cabochons. So I could probably maybe cut 2 or 3 cabs out of this, and then I'll have all what I call my end cuts, right? So then I'll take that, I'll keep the cabs and put them in designs. The end cuts though, I mean, you can't, you know, you have to do something with it. I have artists though, and they piece this all together. This is what they call mosaic inlay. But I will tell you right now, clock is ticking.
Oh my gosh.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock on Sleeping Beauty. I had at one time a huge stash of Sleeping Beauty that I bought 15 years ago. Now I'm just down to the wire. I've got a few hundred pounds of nuggets left to work with. And once they're gone, they're gone. You can't get it. I mean, think about Sleeping Beauty. There used to be shows, not only here, but other networks, right? Other networks where you had guys that all they did, there were people that came here that specialized in Sleeping Beauty. They're not doing it anymore. Why? And they still can have rough and everything, but they can't put it in jewelry and come to like this. Something like this in Sleeping Beauty right now, if I had to go buy the rough, if I had to obtain it, I can't even tell you what this would cost. It certainly wouldn't be 99 bucks. I mean, it
certainly wouldn't be from $149.
No, it'd be literally $800–900, you know, at least, because the material costs are crazy right now. You know, and Sleeping Beauty is what started this whole phenomena, this crazy, crazy phenomena. When Sleeping Beauty, for people who don't know the story on this, what happened with Sleeping Beauty is that there were entire families, and I'm talking generations and generations and generations of people that only specialized in Sleeping Beauty. That's all they did. They cut Sleeping Beauty. They cut beads, they cut cabochons or whatever, and they did it for the industry. All the Sleeping Beauty mainly went to 18 and 22 karat gold, and the majority of that, or it went to the lower grades went to the Southwest, but the real high-end clear blues that had no matrix all went to Europe, and where they sell it, the high-end designers were selling it. So when Sleeping Beauty, when they closed the mine, and all of a sudden everybody realized, man, this is for real, people started buying up, these families started buying up and material so they'd have material to work. It inflated the price to the point where people that are in a different business, they're commodity buyers, started buying up the rough as an investment. And they're not even in the jewelry business. They're not even in the lapidary business. It drove the price through the roof, and it created this worldwide rush phenomena for Sleeping Beauty. So you can't, like, Sleeping Beauty rough right now is like literally like liquid gold. Okay, this right here, check this out. This is like, okay, is that like art or what? I have 12 of my inlayers that can actually do the micro opal, and this is precious micro opal. These mines were closed. This is from material that was harvested in the 70s and 80s, and it's actually material that I saved, and but you know, it wasn't big enough to cut cabochons. But we couldn't, you know, but I couldn't throw the material away. I mean, this is precious opal. But we figured out a way. It took a long time. We're the ones that actually developed this, how to do micro opal inlay. Now, I've got hundreds of my lapidaries that can inlay the mosaic, like Sleeping Beauty or Opal or whatever, like the common opals, the pink opals, that kind of thing that we do. Or if you want to do lapis or anything like that. For precious opal, though, I literally have, count them, 12 ladies that can actually do it.
Okay, officially now on the Sleeping Beauty. Okay, we have 60 people who can get the Sleeping Beauty, 60. And then we have a little bit more on the micro inlay opal. I want to show you this. If we were selling this cuff with nothing on the top of it, Jay, for $99, it would be amazing in sterling silver. But to think that you are getting a turquoise that now for more than 5 years hasn't been mined, and at the time that it was being mined, it was the standard for which all other, or standard by, excuse me, which all other turquoise were judged. Most of it, even more than 5 years ago when it was being mined, was being shipped to Europe and put in 18 karat gold. Most of it was not staying here in the United States to be put in silver. In fact, maybe 3% or less. So to be able to get that type of turquoise, which today is no longer being mined, and to do it at under $100, that's a thank you for watching kind of thing. And then again, this is not common opal. This is precious opal. $99.90 and under $20 to bring this home. Flex pay, if you want to do the additional flex pay, you certainly can do that. It is officially the last call on the Sleeping Beauty. So you know what? We're going to move on, but if you're online, you're going to have your choice. And then I also want to show you at the end of the hour, if there's even one left,